Good morning. All right, so I thought I'd run us through packing for safari. It's quite a deal. There's all my gear behind me, and this is what I'd normally take along with me on a normal safari. And that each place will have its own necessity. If I'm going into jungles, it'll be a bit different, but the baseline for the packing remains the same. So let's dive in. Right, so you can see there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's amazing that all of this gear here fits into one bag, and then my camera stuff goes into the camera bag. For the most part, there's a laundry available at most of the lodges, which means we can pack less. But I am a big fan of packing cubes, and packing cubes and keeping everything in cubed spaces means that I can easily find stuff. It also means I can unpack quickly and pack up quickly at the end of things. So I have one packing cube for my pants. I have 3 pairs of pants plus the pair of pants that I wear. So I have 4 pairs of pants, mainly zip off so that I can have shorts and longs depending on the weather, because mornings are cold, afternoons are hot. I then have a packing cube full of shirts, t-shirts and safari shirts. This will keep me going. As you can see, I've got about 6 shirts that I bring with me. Then I have a undies and socks. I also bring a pair of gloves because it gets cold, and a buff for the cold and the dust that we may encounter. As a guide, it's important for me to bring a first aid kit to look after people and make sure that we've got something there, even though the vehicles are all set with that. I then have another cube for miscellaneous stuff. I've brought an extra poncho because there's potential of rain, as well as a normal raincoat. That just gives me double protection. I've got rain gear for my cameras. I have a extra 20-liter backpack because that backpack is often too big for me to carry around. So I have a little pack-away one if we're doing a little day walk, and I have a rain cover for that backpack over there. I have a puffer jacket, which stores inside its own little pocket. And this comes on the plane with me to keep me nice and warm. So I have a little sleeping bag for when I'm sleeping on the plane. I have 2 hats, a wide brim and a peak cap to make sure that I'm covered from the sun when we're out there. I also have DEET insect repellent as well as normal insect repellent. In the Serengeti, there are tsetse flies and they like to eat me. I have a good quality water bottle, which is important for refilling and not using as much plastic. I then have a toiletry bag. Now, I'm a bit of a Peak Design groupie, and the Peak Design bags are awesome. You can see all my toiletries packed away neatly inside there. Very easy to use. I even have a hook so that when I go put it up in the bathroom, I can hang it on something and it all leans out nicely. And then I have a Peak Design bag for all of my charging gear. All of my stuff is charging over there, but it works really, really well. The compartments and everything are amazing, and just keep all my cables neat and tidy inside there. The other very important thing I travel with is a good neck cushion. I love this turtle neck cushion. It works really well. It's compact. It fits easily in the bag. And then I have my normal shoes. So I've got a pair of sneakers for the plane. I've got some veldskoen for the bush. And I've got some flip-flops or thongs for walking around in a bit more comfort. And all of this fits into that bag over there. So I've also been through a lot of different bags. This Eagle Creek cargo hauler works really well for me. It's a 90-liter bag. It's well spaced. It's waterproof. So if there's a bit of rain and when we're moving stuff, that's no problem at all. And it's got a lot of space inside as well as a side pocket, which I use for shoes. And I'm going to pack it for you now. We start packing and it takes all of about 5 minutes. Shirts, pants, and then underpants on the side. That then covers all of my clothing is in there. And there's a neat little divider here which keeps things separate, which is quite cool. I'll put my first aid kit in there. I've also taken off my lens hood so that my lens fits more comfortably inside there, and I place that in here and use this as a barrier for my toiletries, because I have an electric razor in there which can be pushed, at least when it's inside there it can't. I'll stick my accessory or my charging bag inside there, and the extra accessories bag inside there. There's still a ton of space inside. I'll roll my hat up, pop it along the side here. I'll put my jacket in here too, and I will place my tripod, which I'm using at the moment, but normally that will slide in between everything at the base here. Flip-flops inside here, camera straps inside my bag, and the jacket goes with me to safari. On the plane. So does the neck cushion, so does the water bottle. The rest of the stuff goes inside here, and as you can see, I'm left with plenty of space. I'll close that guy up, and then in the side pocket here, I will place my shoes in the side pocket and zip that up. Now I use locks. I like these cable locks because they work really nicely. They're quite strong, and they also have the airport security key here. So if anyone needs to go in and check stuff, I can then zip and lock up my side bag where my shoes are so that they don't grow legs, and then I'll zip up and lock up the main compartment on the side here. And then this bag weighs in normally at around 13 to 15 kilograms. It's about 30 pounds. So lots of space, not too heavy, and easy to carry around. This bag also has detachable backstrap loops, so I can clip these on when I need to carry it through the airport or carry it somewhere, and tuck them away neatly and zip this up when it's going onto the plane so nothing gets hooked or anything like that. Right, then it comes down to camera gear, and seeing as though we're going into Serengeti and on safari, this is pretty much a standard kit for me for safari. I will have my 400 2.8 on this side here. I will have a 70 to 200, and the main setup is the 400 on the A1, the 70 to 200 on the A7R5, the 16 to 35 mm 2.8 in the bag just in case I need to go wide angle. I have a big power bank which I bring with me on the plane for charging gear, charging phones and things like that. It also works well when I'm out in the field, because what I can use it for is to charge the cameras should their batteries be running low. So that works very well. I've got a 1.4 times teleconverter. I have a GoPro, which I have a strap for, which goes around the 400, so I can film and photograph at the same time. I have a Sony BC1M mic, which is used for capturing sound on video. I have my Zeiss Terra EDs 10x42s for birding and looking at things. Very important to have a pair of binoculars. I have a 4 terabyte SanDisk SSD hard drive for storing all my images and video on. I have a very nice set of Sony plug-in headphones, which are great for the aeroplane because they've got noise cancellation and work really well just for watching movies, listening to music, and keeping myself up to date. And then my laptop, which is the MacBook Pro. And all of this will now fit into that bag over there, my Peak Design travel backpack. I'm very excited because we're getting a new one now. I've just ordered the outdoor line, which will be exciting to see how that all fits in there. But let me show you how all of this gear now fits into that bag. All right, so like I said, packing this is important. I have taken off the tripod stand on the back here, which carries in my main luggage just for extra space. Then this fits in pretty easily in the side there. I then have my A1, which I slide inside there. A7R5, which I slide in there. Binoculars, which go in the back here. And then that clips closed. I then have the 70-200, which slides in the top here, and I slide this one over just to protect it from coming out or bouncing around. That one, sorry, other way around, 1635 in there. I also bring with my DJI mic system for when I do videos like this or any explanatory stuff in the bush so we can create videos. This guy will just go on top of this lens here. Laptop goes in the laptop folder up top here. The other mic goes in with the lens here. GoPro goes in with this camera over there. The teleconverter slips in the top because there's a bit of room up at the top here. And all the rest of the stuff will go in the front part of the pack. I do bring a Leatherman with, which goes in my checked luggage, so I'll chuck that into my checked luggage. This then zips up. I pop a water bottle in the side here. And this is important for me because all I do is I fill up my water bottle when I get on the plane, and then I don't need to ask the attendant for anything else. I can then put whatever I need to in the front zips here. This front pouch of the Peak design is expandable, but for the most part, I will just use this to put any hard disks and headphones inside here. And then I've created a durable clip here because the Turtle's original packaging, the clip broke off, so that sits on the outside there, and a hat clips on the top here. And I'm either wearing the jacket. The other thing that goes in the front is the power bank, and then that can either fold up and go inside the bag, or I wear it on my person. That's everything I travel with for 2 weeks. It keeps me going. Wear the same stuff over and over again. It's not a fashion contest. And the less you have to think about, the more you can enjoy being in your place. And the more organized you are, the easier it is to spend 2 or 3 days in a place. And having to unpack and pack becomes easier because all you have to do is remove packing cubes, put them on the shelves, place your stuff back in neatly, and then when you're packing, you're just packing the cubes in exactly the same place that you did the last time. So I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll chat soon.